We'll be live in a sec. Hold on. We sort of went live with the wrong fucking. How do you say this? Image. Well, I don't know how, but no idea what the hell's going on. I have no idea what the hell's going on. We currently went live using a One Piece thumbnail, and I tried changing that, and I'm struggling for some weird reason. I don't know why, but I am struggling. But as you can see, Oscar Piastri won the Chinese Grand Prix in a very brilliant race, if you ask me. That was very dull. But as a betting man, I expected a safety car to pull in. Did not happen. Alonso got out earlier in the race. He finished 20th. Technically doesn't count because he didn't finish the damn race. I'm probably going to change that once I'm done. So I'm just going to leave that at that. Looks like I have no choice at the moment but to leave it the way it is. So bear with me there. I'm just gonna leave that thumbnail there for a few. Anyway, I got the results in. Great stuff. But before I say what went down, drivers championship at the moment, the man who's leading is, you guessed it, Lando Norris with 44 points. He had 25 points in Australia and then 19 in Chinese Grand Prix after finishing second. Verstappen has 36 points at this moment. Russell 35. Surprise of the year, rookie of the year, in my opinion. I know it's only been 2 races. Has 18 points. He got 6 points in the Chinese race. And of course, Albon of Williams has got 12 points. And my man, Piastri has 34 points. That technically puts him ahead. But it's been really nice. But one thing's for sure, in the Constructors' Cup, McLaren leading the way, 78 points. Mercedes, because their two drivers have been really doing well. Somehow, I don't know how he's doing it, but Antonelli is getting in the top 6, top 5. He's doing that a lot this season, and he's been getting those positions, so it's really looking good for him. Red Bull got 36 points, Ferrari 35. I expected Hamilton to do better this time based on the fact that he won yesterday's sprint race, and I assumed he had a little bit of pace, but I think it was a team strategy thing, the pitting, and of course that little nudge he had with Charles Leclerc, where they sort of made contact and busted up Leclerc's front wing. I think it's his left wing, I think. Anyway, but whatever it is, what happened is it was a dull race for me because a lot of action was happening in the back. In the front, I think it established itself from the get go. Piastri was in pole in the beginning and he won the race. He was leading most of the race except on those 2, 3, 4 seconds. He was in pit and somehow Albion Williams was on top. And then when he went to pit, he just lost out. But Berman was brilliant. And that Haas, he kept saying ciao every time he passed a racer. That was brilliant to me. And I was like, wow, he's doing really, really, really well. So that in itself should be, you know, praised. Should be praised. That's all I be saying. But it's been brilliant, I have to say. It really has been brilliant. Now let's look at the results. Who finished where and what? Just give me a sec while this stupid shit loads. Why is everything taking forever to load? Well, this isn't good. I look like a fucking idiot who's looking things up when I should be talking about shit. Anyway, Piastri finished first, Norris second, Russell third, Verstappen fourth, Charles Leclerc finished fifth, Hamilton sixth, Ocon in that house finished seventh, and of course, Artinelli, rookie of the year in my opinion, finished eighth, and then of course Albion in that Williams finished ninth, and of course second rookie who had a brilliant race in my opinion. Berman finished 10th, grabbing that last position or that last point spot. Gasly finished 11th. Stroll finished 12th. He had a decent race, was the pitting order that fucked him up. And then Carlos Sainz finishing 13th. Hajar finishing 14th. I'm not gonna say anything about Lawson. I feel like Lawson, they made a mistake. I know it's just two races, but he's struggling. He's really struggling. He's having a hard time with pace. I don't know what's going on with him, but he's not really doing really well at all. He's struggling big time. And of course, Alonso finished last because he didn't finish the race. To Yuki, basically the two red racing bulls, they messed up by pitting twice. They thought everyone would pit, and then everyone didn't pit. So because they thought they were gonna fly through everyone if everyone started pitting, but that didn't happen. So that messed up everything for them. But it was a solid race. I cannot wait for the Japanese. We're going to Japan next. That's where everything is. Japanese race in 2 weeks' time, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So that's what's gonna happen next. First win. So win 1 and 2, race 1 and 2 goes out to the McLarens. And of course, English, bro. Verstappen misses out on podium rather, finishes fourth. But during the beginning of the race, I expected to see Hamilton do better because of how he did in the sprint. That's what I really did. I expected him to do better based on how he did on the sprint, because Hamilton finished first on the sprint, and then Piastri, Verstappen, Russell, Yuki, Antonelli. Antonelli is really doing well, and then Norris finished eighth. He was having a hard time doing the sprint. I didn't actually watch the sprint. I just saw a few highlights of it. But I assumed, I know, granted, the sprint is like 19 laps or so, but I expected Hamilton to do a lot better, but he didn't. And that in itself, I did like that. But when you look at the start of the grid, how everyone started, where they started. Piastri started first. Russell was second. Norris was third. So at the top already, Russell and Norris changed spot, making Russell going to third. But he still goes on podium. But he had a good start. But a lot of stuff happened on the first few laps where a lot of people changed spots. Hamilton, and of course Norris finishing second. Verstappen maintained his spot basically. He didn't move. He stayed where he was. Then, of course, Leclerc finished ahead of Hamilton because he was slightly faster. And they were like, let him through. He let him through. So he let him through. So that was great. Hajar was like 6th when this thing started. And where he finished, it's very disappointing. I mean, like, you start off on 6th place and you finish 14th. Bad. Not good at all. And then Antonelli finishing 8th. Where did he start again? He finished 8th. He maintained his spot. Great for him. Yuki, my God. Yuki started at 9th, finished almost last. Big drop. Albon started at 10th. But we have to talk about Berman. Berman started at 17th, finished at 10th. Moved up 7 places. Great driving. Lawson lost, finished 17th or 18th. I'm not even interested in checking, but I'll check just to be sure. Finished 15th there. Not impressed. I'm not even going to talk about the future 5 rings. I'm talking about the stake. We know next year they're going to be rocking that Audi logo and all that. They're not doing great at all. But it is what it is. That's Formula One for you. One bad mistake could happen. You think it's going to rain, you put on rain tires, it doesn't rain. You put on hard tires, you're like, yeah, we're going to do this, and you don't need it. You start off well, and you pit, and shit happens. But it is what it is. I put some money on this race. I thought Hamilton was going to finish at least in podium spot. Again, just because you're doing well in the sprint doesn't necessarily mean you're going to do well in the actual race. Lost money there. I was 100% sure Verstappen, if not winning, he was going to be at least on podium. I didn't. Based on you gotta look at it this way. I know Norris won in the Australian Grand Prix, and then again he qualified horribly. So I was like, if he's qualifying this bad, he's starting on the grid. Norris was 3rd. That is starting on the grid. He was 3rd. But I was like, at the sprint he was bad, but maybe he will. So I had hope on Russell. But I guess top 3, based on the qualifiers, that happened. It just switched to 2 spots. But I really thought Verstappen was going to get a podium. Especially towards the end when he passed Leclerc and was heading for Russell. I was like, oh my God, this 2 last lap. He's definitely going to catch him. But he was far behind. A lot of seconds behind. And he just couldn't. I don't know why I'm rambling. Okay, I guess we're gonna talk next. Going in Japan. Yep. Next race is in Japan, folks. Suzuka. That's April 4th to April 6th. The race, of course, is on April 6th. So it's going to be interesting in Suzuka circuit. Anyway, that's it from me. Remember to hit that like and sub button. Congratulations to Oscar on winning the Chinese Grand Prix. Assalamu alaikum. Now that was entertaining. Please let us hang out yet another time. Remember to like and subscribe.